Have you ever felt like your YouTube thumbnails just weren't cutting it? Like you were putting in all this time and effort, but you weren't getting any views because your thumbnails just weren't screaming, "Click me!" That was me, a small business owner just trying to figure this whole YouTube thing out without spending a ton of money on a professional graphic designer. Until I discovered Canva's brand new AI tool called Dreamlab. It says that it will take your text prompt and turn it into a stunning image. Now, I was skeptical because I've tried a lot of AI tools over the past couple of years, and I've not had very good success in making images. The thumbnail image can make or break how many views your video gets. They always came out looking like cartoons or drawings. They did not look like photos. So yes, I was skeptical, but I wanted to give it a shot. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly what Canva's AI tool came up with, and I'm going to let you be the judge to see if it's worth the hype. Thumbnails are the first impression of your video. It's kind of like the cover of a book. And yes, I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but come on, everybody does it. And if they judge your thumbnail and they don't like it, they don't click, which means they can't watch, which means they don't get to know you, and they certainly don't go to your website and become a customer or a client. And man, can I relate to this problem, because when I started my YouTube channel back in 2017, I made all of my thumbnails myself, and oh my gosh, they were so bad. Now, yes, over time they got a little better, but they still weren't great. They weren't enough to make people stop scrolling. So I tried everything. I used template tools. I paid people on Fiverr to make them for me. I bought some templates where all I had to do was drag and drop pieces. I bought templates off of Etsy. I hired virtual assistants. And eventually I hired a full-time video editor who now makes my thumbnails for me. But I know that most small business owners do not have someone on staff that is their full-time video editor and graphic designer. And here's the real problem. Without graphic design skills and experience and competence, we end up making YouTube thumbnails that don't get the click. And the fact of the matter is, without good graphic design skills and training and experience, it's not that easy to make a good looking thumbnail, because if it were, we'd all have a 30% click-through rate. So if your YouTube channel is not growing, it's probably because your thumbnails are not eye-catching enough and you're not getting a good click-through rate on your videos. So what's the solution if you don't have it in the budget to hire a professional full-time graphic designer? We're going to try Canva Dreamlab. Dreamlab is powered by AI from Leonardo, and it's basically a text-to-image generator. So you just describe what you want and it creates a custom image for you. It is available to all Canva users, even people with the free plan. However, you get a lot more credits if you have the Canva Pro plan. Now they're still fiddling around with the design of it. They gave themselves a glow up in October. So if you go to your homepage and you don't see the link, just type it directly into the address bar. It is canva.com/dream-lab. At first, I was really excited to dive into Dreamlab. And every time I've seen people demonstrate text to image tools in the past, it always seems like they use a very short prompt. So that's what I did at the beginning. And that did not work out so well for me. I think because you need to give it a lot more information if you want it to give you a good output. Now, every time I went back and I revised my prompt, it did deduct credits from my account. So if you are on the free plan, you have to know that it could take several iterations before you get something that you like, and it will deduct your credits as you go. So when I typed in a very short prompt that didn't give it a lot of instruction, the result was not exactly what I was hoping for. Instead of something very clean and professional looking and more like a photo, I got something that looked like a cartoon. It looked like a sketch. It looked like a drawing. It was definitely not what I had in mind for my thumbnail. So I went back and I reworked the prompt and I tried to add a little more detail. And I thought, okay, this time I'll come up with something really good, right? Nope, it was better, but it still was not what I was looking for. And then it dawned on me, why don't I just go talk to my BFF ChatGPT and say, I'm trying to do this, help me write a really good prompt. And ChatGPT gave me the thing that changed all of my prompts going forward. It said, create a hyper realistic looking image. That right there changed every image that it generated for me after it. So if you want your stuff to look more like photos, ask it for a hyper-realistic looking image. ChatGPT also told me to go into more detail. So in this example, I wanted a courtroom scene, and I said, I want a judge sitting on the bench. Well, ChatGPT said, do you want it to be a male or a female judge? Do you want them to wear black robes? Do you want them to have glasses and gray hair? Should they look older and distinguished? What color do you want the walls to be? Is it a dark room? Is it a light room? Are there windows? Is there light coming in from the windows? Do you want there to be shadows? What do you want the attorneys to be wearing? What do you want the people in the audience to be wearing? What is the perspective? Where do you want the camera? If this were an actual photo and we took a photo of the room, where would the camera be? So it rewrote this prompt for me, and it felt to me like it was excessively long, but when I typed it in, now we were getting much better stuff. Unfortunately, I forgot to change the orientation, so it was coming up with square photos. And at first, I was modifying my prompt to say, no, I need it to be 16 by 9. But then I saw right down below the prompt area, I can change the output orientation. So all I had to do was change it to 16 by 9, and now every image that it generated for me was going to be suitable for a YouTube thumbnail. Then I thought, what if I take a few selfies and I upload them? Because I could see right here in Dreamlab, there was this thing that said attach image. So I took some selfies, I uploaded one to the design, and I thought that it would be able to remove the background and put my face on the design. Unfortunately, that seems to be a feature that is coming soon. It is not here yet. When I uploaded my selfie, it basically gave me someone else that kind of looked like me, kind of, in place of an actual photo of me on the thumbnail. So since that's not currently available, but it sounds like it's in the works and it will be soon, I just said, do not use a picture of a person on this design at all. And since it's being done in Canva, I will just upload my selfie. I will remove the background. I will put a shadow around it. I'll do anything that I want to do on top of the background image that it's generating for me. Now, the AI tool does do a couple of weird things. Like when I said I was going to use it on a YouTube thumbnail, it loved to put YouTube on the image itself or put a big play button right in the center. So I did have to go back in and say, no. Do not give me more than what I'm asking for. I don't want any text on the design. I do not need the play button. Thank you very much, AI. But overall, it was pretty darn good. Since it gave me choices, I just picked the one that I liked the best. I hit edit. It opened it in a new canvas in Canva. I added my selfie. I removed the background. I put a shadow around myself. I did a couple of things to make this photo look as the way that I wanted it to size it, make sure it was big enough, and add it as part of my thumbnail design. So after some back and forth with Canva and with a little help from ChatGPT, I finally got this image right here. Amazing! This is exactly what I wanted to have as the background photo for my image. And I have zero professional graphic design training, and I was able to make a YouTube thumbnail in about 15 minutes that looks like this. I could hardly believe how easy it was, and the fact that you can do it with the free Canva plan is pretty amazing. And the best part is that Canva Dreamlab didn't just save me time, it gave me the confidence to feel like I could actually create a thumbnail that had a chance of competing with much bigger YouTube channels. But thumbnails are only one piece of the puzzle. The title is super important for getting the click as well. And in this video, I showed you how I increased my click-through rate by 356% by changing one simple thing in my title strategy. So watch that video next if you're ready to take your titles to the next level too.